It's a reality we don't always want to face, but for the third year in a row, European cereal producers are economically in the red, losing up to €500 per hectare. This is a worrying situation that should raise concern well beyond the farming sector. The EU uses 157 million hectares of land for agriculture, of which 98 million are arable land. Out of these, more than half are used annually for cereals production, making cereals by far the EU's main agricultural output. I am focusing on cereals, but similar problems can be seen for all arable crops like sugar beet, potatoes, or oilseeds. If cereals disappear from rotations, consequences would be severe. Crop diversity would collapse, leading to more pests, resistant weeds, and depleted soils. Here's the kicker. European wheat yields are among the highest in the world, averaging 5.4 tons per hectare, compared to just 3.6 tons globally. Losing this productivity wouldn't just hurt farmers, it would weaken Europe's food security and geopolitical standing. So, what's driving this crisis? Reasons are numerous, but we can say with a fair degree of certainty that the problem is now structural and linked to a well-known economic concept in agriculture, the scissors effect. Global cereal prices have remained largely unchanged over the past 5 to 7 years. Meanwhile, production costs in the EU have skyrocketed. Since 2020, the cost of growing common wheat has jumped between 20 and 45% in most member states. This is a major factor behind the negative margins we are currently seeing. Number one driver behind this: fertilizers. 5 years ago, a ton of urea cost €260. Back in November last year, it was 470, almost double. Fertilizers already make up 15 to 30% of production costs, so when their price spikes, it crushes farmers' margins. This surge in fertilizer prices stems from the war in Ukraine and higher gas prices for production, and was further worsened by extra tariffs on fertilizers from Russia and Belarus, increasing prices by 10 to 15% across all sources. And it is now getting worse. Starting in 2026, the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism imposed additional tariffs on imported goods with higher CO2 emissions, including fertilizers. In January and February alone, due to the implementation of the CBAM, prices increased by 10 to 15% compared to November 2025. A recent study by Rabobank estimates that by 2030, this CO2 levy will increase the price of imported nitrogen fertilizers by 50%, and this was even before the war in Iran. Since then, global gas and fertilizer prices have surged further, with urea nearing €800. Taken together, these developments are creating a truly unmanageable situation. This is why EU farmers are calling for an immediate suspension of the CBAM. In the past, European farmers were able to offset the scissors effect through competitiveness gains and yields. Yet, for the past 10 years, while cereal yields have increased globally, EU yields have stagnated, at best. Main driver behind this: weed and pest pressures. These affect cereals, but also all main crops such as rapeseed or potatoes. Managing them requires a combination of good farming practices and targeted effective plant protection products. Yet, the number of available products is shrinking fast, with fewer products available and no viable alternative substances. Other solutions, like electric or laser weeding, are still years away. Without action to preserve existing solutions, by 2033 EU farmers could be left with no effective weed management options for winter cereals. If we don't act now, the future of EU cereals, all other arable crops and the farmers who grow them is at risk, and that's a future none of us can afford.